Hi Virgo, welcome to your April 2019 mid-monthly reading for astrology and tarot scope. Hope you're all doing really well. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you're a regular here, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. So Virgo, the first thing I want to start with, and this has already happened as I'm filming it, but I want to go into Jupiter going retrograde in Sagittarius. Now, this is going to be affecting, on a general level, your area of home and property. Okay, so fourth house energy is typically the home that you live in, the childhood that you have had, your family relationships, really, in particular that of the mother. When Jupiter retrogrades here, as an expansive planet, sometimes people perceive this to mean a lack of. People perceive it to be a minimizing type of effect. But what this actually is a time to reflect before Jupiter gives you what you want. I hope you can't hear that machinery outside. It's very loud, but maybe you can't hear it. I hope you can't. Jupiter being here will give you time to pause and reflect before delivering what it is that you want. Now, we know with the universe and the law of attraction, if you believe in that, I assume most of you do if you're on this channel with tarot, etc. What you're trying to manifest, oftentimes you have to be in a vibrational match with it. So you have to be 100% sure that's what you want, and you have to know, or at least experience on a personal level, visiting in your head what it would feel like for that to happen. Jupiter retrograding here means that if you're trying to manifest out of this Jupiter cycle a family, or a new home, or you want to get on the property ladder, or you want to heal relationships with your family or your parents, Jupiter wants you to be very clear of what self-limiting beliefs you may be holding. So when Jupiter's retrograding, sometimes it can shine a light on where you are possibly blocking yourself. And this is quite important as we're going into Taurus season, because that is very, very expansive for you. Ninth house energy is all about expanding the mind through travel, education, higher education, and before the sun moves into beautiful Taurus season, which you will love Taurus season, the full moon in 29 degrees Libra could feel like there is an intense spotlight on your own worth and value. Now, this also rules money. Okay, but we know it's more or less proven that if you feel worthy, you can attract more money. If you feel deserving of money, it's whenever you believe that money is evil and money is bad, you will push it further and further away from yourself. So what I want to focus on this moon is for you to develop the recognition of where you may be lacking in self-belief. Okay? As a very analytical and very perfection-oriented sign, you can be very, very, very critical on yourself. And sometimes it can be perceived you're very critical on others, but in reality, that's you trying to offer somebody the tools to be a better person, which can be misunderstood. But what we're talking about, Virgo, is how you feel about yourself may be very illuminated under this full moon. And in the last month in particular, you may have found some kind of way of handling those self-doubts, because the last full moon in Libra was in the first degree, and we also had Mercury retrograding in your partnership sector, so there could be a sense of correlation between your partnerships and your sense of self. And it could be a very, very, very illuminating time to discover what it is that is that limiting belief. And with Jupiter retrograding now, it is a wonderful time to think about where you've been holding yourself back. It doesn't stop you acting though. Sun will conjunct Uranus on the 22nd, bringing excitement, bringing change, and you will want to break free from the mundane. You will want to experience changes. And I see this as a very positive conjunction that will increase your sense of awareness. So until then, until this conjunction, it may feel a little bit wobbly at times. You might feel a little bit more emotional about who you are, where you're going, and what you should be doing. if you just brace yourself for the change, if you just brace yourself for a sense of clarity of what it is that you want to change and what it is that you have to change, the full moon followed by the Sun-Uranus conjunction will give you the experience that you're looking for, at least a little sense of it. You know, what it is in your life that you really want to see a change in. And we know from past experience that true change always starts from within, and it's the way that you, yes, the world. True change comes from within. You are your own world. You are your own universe. The universe works within you. The universe works with you. You are ready to speak to the universe and have it echo back what it is that you're desiring. So what are you sending out? What are you speaking out into existence, and what is echoing back at you? It's a good time to monitor that, Virgo. It's a good time to monitor what it is that you're saying. It's a good time to monitor what it is that you're doing, and do your actions, do the way that you present yourself match what you're feeling within. There is an expression, fake it till you make it. But if you're faking it, you at least have to make sure that that is what you want to be, and the rest will follow. What's a better idea is feeling it from within first. 2 of Pentacles. You're weighing up the pros and cons of a decision that you're about to make. You're going back and forth about something or someone, and you can't quite reach the equilibrium. You can't quite reach the conclusion. You can't quite construct the one argument for or against. You're up in the air about this. Whatever it is, whoever it is, you're up in the air about it, and what you are fearing is being lost in the fog. With the interesting conjunctions between the Sun and Neptune, between Mercury and Neptune, between Venus and Neptune over the last month or so, there has been this Neptunian fog clouding our better judgments, either making us naive or making us fearful, depending on where you are on the spectrum of that. I think for you, Virgo, it's the idea of not making a decision or not feeling as though you have the facts quite correct is what is making you feel nervous. It's feeling as though you don't have all the answers. It's feeling as though you don't know just yet. But that's okay. Just because Mercury went direct doesn't mean you have to have all the answers. It takes time to settle. Until the middle of April, it's been a shadow period where the effects of Mercury are still present. There can sometimes still be miscommunications. You can feel like you're going over the same argument over and over and over. The dust is going to settle. You will have mental clarity. The Queen of Swords is what's in your positive position serving you. The challenge is the 9 of Wands, and that is that you kind of feel like you might give up at some point. And the Death card, Virgo, suggests that you're going through quite an intense change. It's just that you are resisting it ever so slightly. Now, underneath we have the Page of Wands. You could be dealing with an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. I'm going to draw a couple more cards for Death. A 10 of Wands. And the Page of Cups. Now, don't leave it on court cards. The Fool. Perfect. Okay. So you're resisting something. You're resisting a specific change. And it's not serving you to do so. Now, when we talk about change, a lot of the time, tarot will tell you where you need to change within. You know, it doesn't always mean that you have to go out and end this job contract or this relationship, or you have to cut ties with the person. With the 10 of Wands and Death, there's some attitude or some commitment that is dragging you so far down you cannot see the wood for the trees, because you're completely submerged in this. You're completely overwhelmed, and it feels so emotionally heavy. Now, well, Venus has been in Pisces, and it will be in Pisces until the 20th of April. Although this brings great beauty for your partnerships, a lot of you are going to be experiencing great understanding of what it means to be a sign of service, you know, serving other people, because the 6th house, which is the Virgo house, it's where our routines lie, it's where our habits lie. Virgo, you're actually very good at forming habits, so it is worth making sure that the habits you're making are serving you and not weighing you down so heavy you're not even sure what direction you're going. Because there's no way, with him carrying these wands like this, that he can be totally sure what way he's going. Because he's so tired he's hunched over. It's too many wands for him to carry. And you're overwhelming yourself with project after project or relationship after relationship and doing the same thing and expecting change, which is the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over and over and over, expecting change. You know, it's worth mentioning though that if you are determined to stick where you are, or with who you are, you know, who you're with, whatever it is, if you're determined to keep something consistent, you know, if you're determined to keep your environment consistent, because Jupiter will probably switch that up a bit. If that's what you're determined to do, Virgo, then you may find that it is your mental attitude that has to change or will change. Being prepared to cut through the BS will be a saving grace. If people are doing things and you know that they're wrong, but in weighing up the decision, you're actually just not looking or ignoring, that won't serve you. Something has to change this month. Something has to change as we go into Taurus season, because as I see you go into Taurus season, I see this beautiful romantic innocence, especially with the Fool here. A sense of lightness, a sense of excitement, a sense of, at worst, naivety, at best, bliss. And all you have to do is stop whatever is most difficult. And whether that means you exit the scenario, whether that means you change your mentality and you just focus on what about this you're most grateful for, whatever it is, you end up pushing yourself into a period of childhood pleasure. The Fool is all about beginning something with excitement and confidence and bravery. He doesn't know what's ahead, but that doesn't matter. He can't see what's at the very top of the stairs, but it won't stop him taking the first step. Martin Luther King had a quote around that sort of area. Now, I can't paraphrase it quite correctly, but it is about the staircase. You should look it up. It's very good. What I sort of see for you, Virgo, is that with Pisces season, you may not have felt completely submerged in the romance or the beauty. I think that's to come for you. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, I sort of get this impression that maybe they're too heavy for you, Virgo. But all it might actually require is a very specific conversation. You know? Like, why do you feel that way? What makes you feel that way? What can we do? It's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. We start off, yes, of course, the outcome with the Death card. It is that transition into a new phase, into a new beginning. With the 10 of Wands, to me, I feel like it's an end of a struggle. And that doesn't necessarily mean cutting the struggle loose. I actually see this more as combating the struggle with pleasure, with happiness, with the opposite emotions, with joy, with excitement, with adventure. And that's kind of where the Page of Wands comes in. That real sense of naivety. It's almost like you're transforming into an Aries, and you're maybe learning from Aries season how to do certain things. Now, I'm going to be drawing a card from the Animal Spirit deck by Kim Kranz. because I think it's so pretty and so enlightening. I'm still learning it. I've only had it about a week, so I will probably read you a passage from it. Oh, the rabbit. I feel like this is such a Virgo card. Okay. Let's talk about the rabbit. Very soft, very shy, very nervous. Is what I gather from the rabbit. But so cute. I mean, everybody loves rabbits, right? So, let's see if I can read you a little piece on the rabbit. But already I'm sort of getting this run, rabbit, run type feeling, where you're not sure if you can stick around for much longer. You're getting very nervous. Okay, so the rabbit is afraid of everything, overwhelmed and frozen. Now, overwhelmed, as we can see with the 10 of Wands here. Now, this will give you the remedy for this, which is brilliant, okay? So don't worry. You are overwhelmed and you are afraid to move and you are worried. So, when in balance, sensitive, problem solver and a good listener. Very Virgo. When out of balance, over-explains, talks fast, and to bring into balance, a day of silence. So, needing to just breathe for a day, needing a day to yourself. Maybe that's what the Death card is. You need to be reborn. You know, it's an Earth card, actually. I can't think of a more Virgo energy at the moment. It's about being scared of the future and being your own worst enemy. It says here, notice your thoughts and words, O rabbit, they shape your destiny. Now, this is what I spoke about at the start. What you're putting out into the universe is coming back to you. Now, there's something underneath the rabbit, so I want to see. It's a swan. Wow, I've not seen the swan come out before. Let's have a little look. The swan. That's crazy. Okay. Effortless creativity, sensitive, mystic, elegant power. Okay, this is what we want. The swan is ready to take us to the fluid realm of writing, creating and reflecting. Very Page of Cups, very artistic, very romantic, very magical. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken for granted or taken lightly. When the swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention for solo time. So we have a theme here, okay? Solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard, an inner vision likely to be revealed. When in balance, infinite creative power. When out of balance, agitated, snippy, lacking vision. To bring into balance, solo time and writing. So what you need to do, Virgo, for a lot of you that are writers, and interestingly, the Queen of Swords is often a writer. She's in your positive. Getting in touch with your own feelings, with your own abilities. Be creative. It will release you. Being creative will release you from these stresses, from these fears, and you have all the creative talents within you, Virgo, to release yourself. But with the rabbit, as I say, please don't speak things into existence that you don't want. Please don't order more things to worry about, more things to be concerned about. Embrace the Fool. See the world as a new opportunity. See each day as if it's brand new. Be in Aries for a couple of days. But also, Virgo, spend time alone and recharge. I know you like to be needed, and I know you like to provide for others, and you want to be a good listener. But how many people are listening back when you need them to? Put yourself first. The Death card is asking you to end a cycle of struggle with fun and frivolity. Okay? So, I love you all. Thank you so much for listening to this. I hope you enjoyed it and took something from it. If not, don't forget to check out your moon and rising sign, and I will see you in the next set. Bye, Virgo.